I guess I missed the line in the firefighter's prayer about stopping for a bite. NBC4 Washington reports that 2 DC firefighters were accused of putting an emergency call on hold so they could pick up a food order at Chick-fil-A. Sources familiar with the investigation say that one afternoon, a 911 caller reported a woman suffering from chest pain at a local office. But, according to an account in a DC Fire and EMS report, the 2 firefighters assigned to the call said it had been a busy day and they were hungry and fatigued and wanted to stop for food. They went to a Chick-fil-A about a mile away from where they were supposed to be. The firefighters said they had already ordered their food on an app when the emergency call came in. So they decided to stop for literally a few minutes tops, according to a DC Fire and EMS special report. However, sources familiar with the investigation say the reason they were assigned to the call is because they were closer to the patient than the second team that was called. But because of their pit stop, the firefighters claimed they arrived at the same time as the other team. Both firefighters have been placed in no patient contact status pending an investigation.
Well, I was having my own emergency, right? I was just so hungry. It was an emergency, so I needed to put chicken in my body.
Now, if this guy could put effort into something productive, he'd really be onto something. The New York Post reports that a Maryland man is facing years behind bars after he was charged with cyber-stalking his ex-girlfriend, including bombarding her with over 800 calls in 2 days. 44-year-old Derek Wayne Bowers was charged with 1 count of cyber-stalking for allegedly harassing his former partner through text messages, phone calls, and via Facebook, according to the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Northern District of West Virginia. In December 2022, Bowers called his ex 850 times over a 2-day period, the prosecutor claimed. He also reportedly sent her thousands of text messages over several months and used social media posts to embarrass her and interfere with her livelihood. If convicted, Bowers faces up to 5 years in prison. Cyberstalking is a pervasive problem that we treat very seriously in West Virginia, said U.S. Attorney William Eilenfeld in the official statement.
I like cheese too, but I think these people like it just a tiny bit more. WCMH-TV reports that 2 suspects are accused of robbery after they allegedly became enraged over their order at a Chipotle restaurant in Columbus, Ohio. Columbus police responded to reports of a robbery after 2 customers reportedly became enraged over an order in which they demanded more cheese. The suspects cornered one employee and ripped off her hat, then engaged in a fight when other employees came to the first employee's aid. One of the suspects pulled out a gun, while the other suspect repeatedly said, "Shoot them!" They then damaged the restaurant by throwing chairs and trash cans, and on their way out of the restaurant, one of the suspects took a cell phone from a person. The suspects left the scene, and at last word, Crime Stoppers was looking for information on them. Oh, and in case you're wondering, they did not receive the extra cheese.
The internet. The place to find love, or to start a business, or to meet someone pretending to be somebody else. Oddity Central reports that a Chinese man whose best friend's wife had introduced him to his online girlfriend of over a year recently learned that the woman he had fallen in love with had actually been his friend's wife trying to scam him. Mr. Zhu, a middle-aged man from China's Henan province, had been trying to raise money to start a family by growing watermelons. He had been gone for years, but he still kept in touch with his best friend, Zhao Li, to whom he confessed last year that his business was going well and that he wanted to meet a good woman. Li told him that his wife had a girlfriend who was also single and that she could introduce them. Because Zhu was still abroad tending to his fruit business, online dating was the only viable option. The two hit it off and agreed to continue their long-distance relationship until Zhu returned to China. About 3 months into their online relationship, Mr. Zhu's online girlfriend told him that her brother had been in a terrible accident on a construction site and that she desperately needed money for medical expenses. You know where this is going. Several months later, Li's wife left him without a word after he discovered evidence that she was impersonating someone else on her TikTok account. He then informed Zhu that his girlfriend may not exist and that he might have been dating his wife all along. Zhu then confronted his girlfriend, who ghosted him as a result. When will people learn? When your new online flame asks you for money, you say 2 things: no and goodbye.
And once again, people shut off their brains in favor of the clickety-clacks. KTLA News reports that a Southern California couple was arrested and accused of intentionally causing car crashes that were posted on a YouTube channel. The suspects were identified as Christopher and Kimberly Phelps. I'm hoping no relation to Michael Phelps, according to the California Department of Insurance. The couple is accused of causing car crashes in an attempt to collect fraudulent insurance payouts, authorities said. But collecting the insurance money wasn't good enough. They had to get their views and follows too. And so they allegedly created a YouTube channel where they posted around 160 videos of vehicle collisions, attempted or near collisions, road rage incidents, and other content involving the couple, officials said. And of course, investigators discovered around 23 collisions documented on the channel were linked to 17 insurance claims filed by Christopher. 42 other videos were related to road rage incidents and attempted collisions involving Christopher. Christopher was given a laundry list of charges, including 11 felony counts of insurance fraud and 6 felony counts of assault with a deadly weapon. Ha-ha! America, baby! As for Kimberly, she was charged with 1 count of felony insurance fraud and 2 counts of felony child endangerment because their child was present in their vehicle during several incidents. Criminal geniuses.
If you want to see all our videos about real news stories that are funny, stupid, or weird, click the subscribe button below. I mean, hey, my cat's gotta eat.